Hey everybody, how's it going today? Well, I found another interesting penny stock and it's smack dab in the middle of a very bullish trade setup. So I wanted to share this company with you as well as go over the charts of VVPR and Nano Dimensions. Now, before I get into it, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has already subscribed to my channel and for hitting the like button on previous videos. I really appreciate you supporting the channel that way. If you are new to the channel, I like to find short-term and long-term trading and investing opportunities in typically lower-priced stocks. I like to find undervalued, underappreciated stocks with high growth potential and talk about all other things finance-related as well. If that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future trading and investing ideas. And also, I am not a financial advisor, so please do all of your own research before buying any of these stocks. The name of this company is Adamis Pharmaceuticals Corporation, ticker symbol ADMP. They were founded in 2006 and are headquartered in San Diego, California. Adamis is a specialty biopharmaceutical company focused on developing and commercializing pharmaceutical products in various therapeutic areas, including respiratory disease, allergy, and opioid overdose. So they are going after three large and still growing sectors in healthcare. Now, with the rising cost of healthcare in recent years, Adamis has been focusing on creating low-cost therapeutic alternatives in large markets in order to grow its business and to make treatments more affordable for more people. Now, if I go over their product pipeline page, we can see all of their different products they are developing treatments for, ranging from anaphylaxis to opioid overdose to radiation dermatitis to asthma. Their anaphylaxis treatment, SYMJEPI, is an injection that is indicated for the emergency treatment of allergic reactions like stinging and insects biting, allergen immunotherapy, foods, drugs, diagnostic testing substances, and other allergens, as well as idiopathic or exercise-induced anaphylaxis. Their naloxone injection, ZIMHI, if approved, will be a unique high-dose naloxone injection for the treatment of opioid overdose. Adamis intends to develop this product candidate by utilizing the same patented SYMJEX syringe drug delivery platform used in Adamis's approved SYMJEPI product, and this treatment is currently in the latter stages of the approval process. Now, however, back in November of last year, the FDA rejected ZIMHI because of concerns about chemistry, manufacturing, and controls. Now, Adamis noted there were no concerns expressed by the FDA about clinical development or the efficiency of the product. Now, Adamis President and CEO Dr. Dennis Carlo said, "Obviously, we are very surprised and disappointed. With the growing number of fatal overdoses as a result of more potent opioids like fentanyl, we believe there is an obvious need for higher dose forms of naloxone, and we remain committed to bringing ZIMHI to the market." He also said, "We believe the comments and recommendations stated in the complete response letter are manageable and plan to fully cooperate with the FDA. We will take the agency's suggestion and request a meeting as soon as reasonably possible to discuss our plan to resubmit the NDA." In its CRL, the FDA provided some recommendations for the resubmission of Adamis and for ZIMHI. Although this is kind of old news and apparently adjustments have already been made and it's once again in the approval process, these rejections are worth noting because the approvals are never guaranteed. The product that has the most short-term potential is the Tempo APD-410 capsule. It treats respiratory diseases including asthma, respiratory syncytial virus, influenza, and CV-19. Tempol has demonstrated anti-inflammatory, anticoagulant, and antioxidant activity. Tempol significantly targets acute respiratory distress syndrome, or ARDS, that's associated with CV-19. And approval for Tempol would be huge for Adamis. Now, their pipeline also includes APC-1000 and APC-4000, which are both targeted to treat asthma and are both currently in stage 2 of the trial process. All right, now that I have told you a little bit about the company, let's get into the charts because what I see forming right now is a very nice looking potential swing trade. I haven't done enough research on the fundamentals to be comfortable holding this company too long, but I just wanted to get this information out there as quick as I could because this is a very nice potential swing trade setting up, maybe a 5 to 10 day move if it happens the way I'm thinking it could. But the first thing I want to make note of is that it is in an uptrend. We can see from April that the lows are getting higher. And actually, if I put a trend line on them, we can see we have a nice rising trend line for support. Let me create a parallel line. See if I can make a nice channel here. But that will make the channel stand out a little bit easier for us to see. And also right below price is this support area. As we can see, it was bumping its head up against it last month, and then it broke through it. Now it is pulling right back into it. So we have this support area, we have this rising trend line, and we have the 50-period simple moving average that is falling, but price is falling into it faster. So we have three nice, strong areas of support just below price. And I would be interested in buying this stock. I think we could slingshot higher if we get a bounce up from this area. If we get a nice looking green candle that looks something like this, followed by this white line, this 8-period exponential moving average, moving under it and slingshotting it higher, just like it did back in July. The fact that it's broken above resistance, it's pulling back into it. It's definitely looking like it can make a J-hook pattern, as they call it, or a just a slingshot move to the upside. So what I would want to see is a candle, a nice strong up candle, finding support with that white line just below it, just like it did in July. And I think if it does that, we have a very good chance of taking out this upper resistance area that it found resistance at back in last November and in July of this year. And if I back it out a little further, we can see that resistance goes all the way back to June of last year. So it hit that resistance area 4 times and it reversed. Let me get this stuff off the chart real quick, because there is a well-defined resistance area. I guess I got to go to the weekly chart. There's a well-defined resistance area from the past, which I think if it breaks out to a new high, this is going to be the first area where it's going to hit a speed bump at. And if I zoom in a little closer, you can see that's all the way up around 290-ish. I would say probably about 285-ish. And you also have the 200-day simple moving average right around that area as well. But let me go back to the daily chart. But I think if it can find support with the things that I drew on the chart earlier and slingshot itself higher, I think we have a very good chance that we can get into the upper 2s. Now remember, I'm only interested in this trade setup if it shows strength off of this support area right here. I'm not going to be placing a limit order to buy it and just hope it bounces in this area. What I want to do is show me that it is finding support like it did in July, and I want to follow that 8 exponential moving average all the way up, hopefully, into the upper 2s. But what I wanted to do is show you this setup before it got too old. It probably is not going to hit this area today, but it looks like it very well could hit this area this week. But that's what I wanted to show you about Adamis Pharmaceuticals. Let me bring up Nano Dimensions, because Nano Dimensions looked like it was having a reversal day today, which is normal. Now, if I was holding Nano Dimensions right now, I wouldn't be worried about it at all. Unfortunately, I am not holding any at the moment, but I wouldn't be worried about holding it right now. What I would want to see is it finding support at this white line like it did earlier. I think if it comes down and it touches the 8-period exponential moving average, holds that area, and starts to hook up again, we could be seeing much higher prices here soon, because this could just be getting started. Now, if it slices through this 8-period exponential moving average and continues to move lower, it's probably found a short-term top. It doesn't mean it can't go higher in the future, but it means it's probably going to have to pause and consolidate this big gain that it had in the last few days. It's not necessarily the end of the world, but what I like to do when I get in these fast moves is I want to hold them as long as they continue to follow this 8-period exponential moving average up. And I think there is a very good possibility it comes down, touches this 8-period exponential moving average, and then starts to consolidate until this average catches up, and then it slingshots it even higher. But that remains to be seen, but I think it's setting up for a potential move like that. And the other one that I was watching, Vivo Power, unfortunately it hasn't come down and hit the 50-day simple moving average as of yet. The longer it takes to get there, the less excited I am about this trade. I was hoping it was going to come down and hit it rather quickly so we could get a nice reaction pop up. But it looks like the move down is losing its steam, but I am still watching it. I'm not 100% if I'm going to be jumping in it right now just because it's coming down into it slower. If it gets a bounce off that 50-day and does another one of gets a nice good looking green candle like that, then I might be interested in getting into it. But if I do, I will let you guys know. Let me go over a couple of the other ones that I showed in the charts last week. Ajax Therapeutics is still hanging out above that resistance area, so there's nothing doing on that one. And the same with Ajax Therapeutics. The more it just hangs out and slowly moves into that support, probably the less interested I'm in. I'm in these last two moves, I'm looking for a fast reaction move up, not a slow drift into it, unfortunately. And last one, Tech. It is slightly holding that 8-period exponential moving average, but we are not getting that nice looking green candle as of yet. We could still get it because it's still holding that 8-period exponential moving average. So we could easily get like a candle like this tomorrow or the next day. So it's still on my watch list, but I haven't entered that stock at the moment. But I am definitely going to keep it on the radar. I just wanted to give you guys an update on what I'm seeing in the charts right now. All right, well, guys, I'm going to end the video right there. Thank you for putting up with my scratchy voice. Man, for some reason, I cannot get rid of this cold. Everybody else in my family had it for about a day and a half, and I'm going on like 2 weeks here. I don't know what the hell's going on, but thank you for watching the video. If you have any other information on Adamis, please leave that in the comments for me. I'd love to hear more about this company. And I'm trying to get a wheel trade going. A couple of weeks ago, I put out a option wheel video, and it never came down and hit my order, so I never took that trade. It would have been a good one because Invitae just kept going up, so I would have made all that premium. But I want to get a option wheel trade going for you guys. So if you guys aren't familiar with what an option wheel is, it's a great way to make income off of options. I want to show you guys how to run one of those, not only when it's working, but when it goes the other way, how to get out of it, because it's a great way to build income. I'm having a hard time finding a stock that is offering enough premium that's worth the risk. But sometimes they're hard to find, but I'll find one. I've been checking them every day. So when I find one of those, I'll get one of those option wheels going, and we'll follow it every week. So if any of you guys are interested in learning how to use options to create income, you'll be able to check that out every week. And of course, if it, making money in options when everything goes right is easy. When it goes against you, learning how to get out of it is the important part. Now, hopefully, one of these go against me early on. Hopefully not too far against me, but goes against me so I can show you guys how to do that correctly. But watch for that. And well, that's all I have for today. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video, and until next time, take care, everybody.